Don't go to the most that you're being approved to, because people want to want to approve you for more so they can make more, but it may not be beneficial to you. I've been thinking more about my financial situation, and I'm starting to think renting may be a better option for about a year. Little background: I make 104,000 before taxes. I am 1099, so my post-tax income kind of changes when it comes to write-offs. After taking out 20% for taxes, paying bills, and recurring payments, I have about 4K to spend each month. I also have 55K in my high yield saving account. Around half of that I have dedicated for tax season. Okay. The other half is for down payment, closing costs, PMI. Well, first of all, separate that. Let's see. Taxes. Yeah, separate that. Have your, according to Wealth Game, you need to have emergency fund. It doesn't say anything about debt here, but you need to have your emergency fund in case something happens, whether you rent or keep renting or when you're planning on buying. So half of it is in taxes, right? For taxes, set aside for taxes. Where's the amount? 55. So 27,000 is for taxes. Okay, separate that. Okay, and then the rest is for down payment. Great. So the 20, obviously, this is 10% of your purchase price that you're willing to get. So if you can do that, if you did that in a year, let's say, you can do another year, and then you have 20% down payment on your property, then numbers make sense if they make sense with your whole income. So which is about $8,000. I'm not sure what the payment will be. You need to calculate that, of course, but that sounds good. So after buying, I essentially won't have much of a dedicated emergency fund unless it dip into the money I've put away for taxes. No, don't dip into the money you put away for taxes. Never do that. Taxes is taxes. That's why I say put it separate. I also want to note I'd be moving to a different state. I am somewhat familiar with the area. Emphasis on somewhat. Rent would be about 16 to 2,000. I'd love to get some thoughts. It looks like you can work remotely, which is good. I think is good because you can go anywhere. So that means you don't have to buy right away. You can rent. You don't have to rent in specifically in that area. Maybe you can go 30 minutes away and the rent's gonna be cut in half, for example, right? But separate that money and then put that money not for down payment, the 27,000. Right, taxes are taxes. Keep it like that. But then the rest, put it into a separate account for your down payment, not for down payment, for emergency fund. You need to have emergency fund before you even thinking about buying a property, in case something happens, because something can happen whether you have a property or not. So emergency fund comes before, and then take a look. To buy. Okay, so I think, in my opinion, it's better for you to rent for another year, build up your emergency fund, move to that area if you want to. Silent dust, and that's the best strategy for that. All right. Let's see. Probably last one for today. Renting versus buying. I'm a 24-year-old male. I am toying with the idea of renting versus buying. The current area I live in, renting an apartment, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 950 square feet, is $1,350 a month plus pet fees, which is $300 for the year and $35 a month. Buying a house in my current area would be $300,000. The apartment would be 40 minutes drive to my current job. The house I'm interested in is worse area, but has all new roof, kitchen, and rooms, making it fully remodeled on the inside, but the outside definitely needs some work. The same good school district, about 10 minutes, which I live now, but I would be putting 20,000 K on a 210 house, making my payment 1,350 for the house. 3 bedrooms, 1,100 square feet. I only plan on staying in the house for about 3 to 4 years. as a starter home. I don't know where I'll be in the future, as I planned on changing careers, which with traffic it would be about a 50-hour drive to my current employer. 50-hour drive, 50 to an hour drive to my current employer, I'm assuming. Would it be better a starter for would be a better starter for me to save my money and look later at houses once I know change careers, or change careers. Okay, or buy the house and hopefully build equity before I sell it. Any insight is appreciated. So 4 years is on that exactly the time where you it's either way is kind of good. You could build some equity or you can save up money. If you definitely can save up, and with renting, just save up for 4 years, figure out your career, and then you will decide what you're going to do with your life, and then you buy a house where you're going to work, for example, right? If it's a career change and you go somewhere else to pursue the career. All right, don't probably worry about it right now, especially with extra potential expenses on repairs and stuff like that. And also with the hour drive, don't waste your time on that. Just rent closer to work, get it knocked out, get a second job, save up more faster, and then you can reconsider that. So these are hopefully advice that help you guys to see how buying a property works. If you're younger, if you're older, you probably have a house already. Then you can look into next steps in a wealth game. The point of wealth game is to get you to wealth the fastest way, and owning a property is one of those ways that's going to increase your net worth. Okay, because with time, instead of paying rent, you pay for a property and it goes up in value, and then you also kind of increase your net worth like that. Alrighty, guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for tuning in on this cold morning. God bless you, and invest steady, compound your net worth. Vladimir Nemchinov.